Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president again.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at...
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Major IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Thursday. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about because it is popping off right now. My goodness, Trump has taken things to the next level. And the Democrats are now officially in frenzy mode. It is glorious to watch. Logan, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships to get us started here today. Hunter with a 199, thank you so much. Boy, oh boy, Donald Trump has gone ham. All right. Am I still on painkillers? No. I'm feeling better today. I'm feeling okay. It's not too bad. So we'll see what happens, but I'm feeling good. Trump has gone officially ham, taking it to the next level. And it's all because of this right here. Elected officials, elected Democrats just released a video encouraging members of the military to commit treason and defy orders from Trump and Hegseth. And Trump's response is next level. Here we go right here.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day
to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now. Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
like us. You all swore an oath.
to protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
But from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law or our Constitution.
We know this is hard.
And that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
The Army,
Our Navy,
the Air Force,
Your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws.
our Constitution,
And who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
don't give up.
don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
TDS has now reached this level, ladies and gentlemen. President Trump has responded to Democrat lawmakers calling on the military to defy orders from the administration. And as you see right there, Trump says it. He says what the punishment is for this type of behavior. Oh, yeah. He's going absolute ham right now. He also retweeted someone. Gotta find it. He retweeted someone, and this has really gotten them worked up, okay? This is a retweet from Trump. And you see it right there. Retweeted by Donald J. Trump over on Truth Social. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. We are hitting all new levels, and it is beautiful to see. We got this right here. Speaker Johnson with CNN's Manu Raju, I think. The president posted about what he thinks should happen to the Democrats who urged service members not to follow legal orders. Mike Johnson says this.
Speaker, how you doing? The president posted that Democrats who urge service members to not follow illegal orders should be punished, it should be seditious, conspiracy, and punishable by death. Give me your response to that.
Look, I know the DOJ and the Pentagon are looking into the legality of all that, but what I can address is what everybody knows. That was wildly inappropriate. It is very dangerous. You have leading members of Congress telling troops to disobey orders. I think that's unprecedented in American history. And as the father of a young man who is, at the Naval Academy, going to be joining the service, I know young soldiers, airmen, sailors, they don't need that kind of nonsense from people in Congress. It is very dangerous. At a very dangerous time. I'm going to let others define what it is, but it's wildly inappropriate.
All right. Mike Johnson, that was a pretty good answer because he was trying to get you to go after Trump, and Mike Johnson didn't bite. So respect there. Now, Palestinian Senator Chuck Schumer is very upset, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. President,
Democrat leaders recognized.
Earlier today, Donald Trump shared a post on Truth Social calling for Democratic members of Congress to be hanged. He also posted a message that said, seditious behavior, punishable by death. Let's be crystal clear. The President of the United States is calling for the execution of elected officials. This is an outright threat, and it's deadly serious. We've already seen what happens when Donald Trump tells his followers that his political opponents are enemies of the state. Every time Donald Trump posts things like this, he makes political violence more likely. None of us should tolerate this kind of behavior. We all remember what January 6th was like.
Oh, January 6th, of course.
We've lived through the assassination and attempted assassinations this year.
Of who? Of who? Who was the attempted assassination against, Chuck? Are you going to say his name?
We have members whose families have...
You didn't want to mention who the assassination attempt was against, Chuck Schumer? It's interesting how you didn't want to mention that.
Had to flee their homes. When Donald Trump uses the language of execution and treason, some of his supporters may very well listen. He is lighting a match in a country soaked with political gasoline. Every senator, every representative, every American, regardless of party, should condemn this immediately and without qualification. Because if we don't draw a line here, there is no line left to draw. Who would have thought the President of the United States saying his opponents should be hanged? It's outrageous. No president has ever stooped as low as Donald Trump. None. He has made political violence a feature of his politics. And if we don't draw a line here, there's no line left to draw. And yet today, he crossed yet another line that no democracy can afford to tolerate. He must be condemned forcefully, loudly, and without excuses before someone takes his words as permission to do the unthinkable. Anything less enables the flames of hatred to grow and spread.
Oh, Chucky Schumer. Old Chucky. He's really, really passionate about this, ladies and gentlemen. What is this right here? I haven't seen this one. Okay, so Chris Murphy drops F-bomb while raging about President Trump's recent Truth Social post. All right, let's see here. Let's hear. Here we go. All right. Sit back with your popcorn, everybody.
The President of the United States just called for Democratic members of Congress to be executed. This is not normal. We cannot allow this to feel normal. This, as far as I know, has never happened before in the history of the country. Every Democratic member of the Senate and the House, their life is in jeopardy right now, especially those that were specifically targeted by this social media post. Democratic senators and House members who were simply saying that no member of the military should act illegally or in violation of
So did I,
the
Walker.
Constitution.
So did
the
I.
President of the United States just called for members of Congress to be executed. If you are a person of influence in this country, maybe it's time to pick a fucking side.
Oh, I picked a fucking side. My side is MAGA, and this is what I voted for. What are you going to do about it, Chris Murphy? I've already picked a side. I picked it a long time ago, and all of your tears and your identity politics and your labels and all of your bullshit means nothing to me. You can cry about Trump all day long. I don't care. I voted literally for this. I voted for your tears. I voted for your emotional breakdown. I voted for this, and there's not a damn thing you can do to make me regret that. In fact, your tears only make it better. Only make it better. So keep fucking crying. Donald Trump won the popular vote. He won the Electoral College in a landslide, all because of people like you. You made him more popular. You made him more powerful. You made him more influential. You keep his legend growing by shit like this. You've been doing it for 10 years and it's done absolutely nothing but make him more successful. Why do you think today of all days it's going to work? No one gives a shit. You're talking about traitors. You're talking about elected officials telling military members to defy the orders of the commander-in-chief. The fact that you are skirting past that to play a victim shows what you're all about.
If you are a Republican in Congress, if you are a Republican governor, maybe it's time to draw a line in the sand and say that under no circumstances should the President of the United States be calling on his political opposition to be hanged. We are at a very dangerous moment right now. The President is engaged in the wholesale incitement, endorsement, and rationalization of political violence in this country. This is a very slippery slope that we are on. This is a moment for people to step up, for Republicans to step up, for business leaders to step up. Anybody who has a voice or a soapbox in this country needs to draw a line in the sand and say that it is not acceptable for the President of the United States to call on the murder of his political opposition.
Keep crying. No one cares. Also, we have retards here. Jeremy just admitted he voted to protect the Epstein clients. MAGA is dead. The only people who are still MAGA are idiots. Okay, so listen. I know you're not smart enough to realize this, and that's fine, because whatever podcaster you're listening to doesn't actually tell you things. But do you know who the first prominent figure was to highlight the Epstein Island? Do you know who it is? I'll give you one guess. Back in 2015 or 2016, do you know who the most prominent person was that brought up a certain island? Do you know who his name is? What's his name? His name was Donald J. Trump. Trump is the first person that was prominent that brought this up and took it mainstream. He brought up Bill Clinton and the island. Trump said that. If Trump was running to protect Epstein, why did he highlight it and make it mainstream? Fuck, people are stupid. People are so fucking dumb. No, I know Alex Jones talked about it long before then, but I'm talking about Trump in a prominent position running for president in the campaign brought up Bill Clinton and the Epstein Island. I mean, it's unbelievable how stupid people are. But thank you for confirming who you watch on YouTube, or not even YouTube. Thank you for confirming who you watch on the internet. It's not hard to figure out that much when you talk so stupid. But yes, TDS is getting worse every day. Sunkissed, 100% agreed, man. It is unbelievable how stupid people are. David Phillips for 50 says, preach, Jeremy. Also, I also want a damn whenever it's appropriate. Thank you for your attention to this matter. The damn clip is always appropriate. In fact, this is very appropriate when you see people that you automatically know who they listen to because they're being lied to constantly. This is them whenever they make those points on the internet. Damn! 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 Let's freaking go. Thank you for the 50. Appreciate that, David. But back to this, I mean, the meltdowns will continue, but that's okay because ultimately it's a cool club and you're not invited. And do you know who else isn't invited? Trump and JD Vance, because today was Dick Cheney's funeral. And guess who was in the building? And guess who was not invited? So you had Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, George Bush, and Mitch McConnell. Guess who was not invited? President Trump and JD Vance, not invited to the funeral of Dick Cheney. Thank you for continuing to confirm that it's a cool club and we're not invited. We don't want to be invited, you pieces of shit. I think Obama's there. There's Al Gore. So there you have it right there. I mean, this is perfect. Of course, Trump and JD Vance aren't invited. Nor should they be. They didn't want to go. This is the true deep state right here. That's it. Right there on full display for everybody to see. Yeah, man, it's a wild time right now. And the melt, even TMZ is reporting Donald Trump calls for the arrest and hanging of Democratic congressmen and women who are urging U.S. soldiers to disobey orders. What a freaking headline. What a headline. There's only one clip for this. There's only one clip. I got to find it. I can't believe I don't have this in my StreamYards. I'm going to have to upload it. But today, this is happening right now in real time. This is happening in real time.
Of the United States,
It's a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th
President of the United States of America, Donald. For their gracious aid.
I am so sorry to my world. I am so sorry to my world. This is not what we want.
We will face challenges.
There's so much potential
but we will get the job done.
for beauty and for devastation.
We gather
In this
these
one
steps
moment, it's
to
almost
carry out the
incomprehensible that they can
peaceful
exist
transfer of
right now.
power.
So
And we are grateful
so
to
close.
President Obama.
This is not what we
Seriously, this woman should have monetized this so long ago. Like, she's so iconic. This is the most iconic meme maybe ever created. Where is she? What is she doing right now? How does she feel after Trump got reelected again in a landslide? Please, I need to know. We need to know. I bet she is losing her mind right now, especially when you got headlines like this. Let's see. We got I got those 5 gifted from Hunter. Thank you so much. Little Jim's Halo says Trump's truth post FAFO treasonous Dems. Ladybug, what up, Ladybug? It was the fuck around of times and the find out of times. Absolutely. Jesus says Thomas Jefferson shot a man for treason. Booster Gold says, who writes their scripts so dramatic? Chat GPT, probably. Solo Felix says, Democrats were fine with VA AG using death threats. That is true. They were. Ryan Miller says, Democrats dig their hole deeper and deeper by encouraging the military to commit treason and using Epstein as a hoax. This is just peak desperation. Little Jim's Halo says, maybe tell the leftists in causing violence to stop. Ladybug says, this is the same side that cheered about Charlie Kirk. Don't forget that. 100%. Gearmaster says, Trump says sedition is punishable. Chris says calling for death of Dems. Is Chris saying Dems committed sedition? Exactly. TVZ TQ says his name is Donald Paulson. Andrew CR says this is not okay. It's just not. You want that clip? Anjanette says, where was this speech from Chucky when Charlie was shot and the left was openly celebrating? Gobsmacked by the hypocrisy of the Dems. It is impressive, to say the least. It really is. Jimmy Ray says, I can't help but notice that no one is refuting the sedition claim. Instead, they are angry about the penalty. I know. It's amazing. And this is what the Dems continue to do. They fall for Donald Trump's trap every time. Hail Yellow Flash in the chat. What up, Flash? How you doing, brother? Operation says, hey, man, I apologize in advance for briefly changing the subject. Last time I was on, you said you tried visiting Israel once, but you were kicked out. I wanted to ask. I've been curious about that. Bro, it's a meme. It's a meme. It's a legit meme. So that's all. That's all it was. I'm just memeing on all of the anti-Israel people. I'm trying to trigger them. It's all it is a meme. It's a sarcastic meme to upset anti-Israel people. That's it. David says all he said was a seditious behavior was punishable by death. He didn't say any names. Exactly. SteelX says, Jeremy, here's some money for the losers crying in the chat. They are betas and will always love to cry about their small dangalangs. Thank you. Packy Proton says 30 days to release the files. Release now or fire Bondi. Exalted Patriarch says the Dems have been telling our military to disobey orders since Vietnam. They need to learn and they gonna learn today. Well, they are triggered as hell today. Let's see here. Walker, Texas. I got that one. Gay Locata says they should absolutely hold those people accountable for treason. Granola Grin says, notice the death cult Dems are claiming they're just political opposition and not what they actually are. USA opposition. Yep. Kelly Clown says the call for open sedition isn't against 47 alone. It's a call against America itself. People's patience is running thin against this BS. TikTok Dems. 1000%. And yeah, we're just getting started, man. It's going to be a party today. It is going to be a party. So of course, here is Palestinian Senator Chuck Schumer. Let's be crystal clear. The President of the United States is calling for the execution of elected officials. This is an outright threat. Every senator, every representative, every American, regardless of party, should condemn this immediately without qualification. There you have it. Palestinian Senator Chucky Schumer. He's not happy. He's not happy at all. Thank you so much, Chuck, for not even acknowledging the things that the Democrats are doing and just playing the victim. There you have it. What is this right here? Caroline Leavitt just bodied a fake news reporter after she defended Democrats' call for insurrection. All right, let's hear what Leavitt has to say. Here we go.
Caroline, can I just follow up? The president and the vice president, for that matter, have accused the other side of encouraging political violence. Isn't that exactly what the president is doing when he says that members of Congress should be killed?
Why aren't you talking about what these members of Congress are doing to encourage and incite violence? They are literally saying to 1.3 million active duty service members not to defy the chain of command, not to follow lawful orders.
Actually,
every single
can refuse an illegal order, which
but
is
they're suggesting, Nancy, that the president has given illegal orders, which he has not. Every
Correct.
single order that is given to this United States military by this commander in chief and through this chain of command, through the Secretary of War, is lawful. And the courts have proven that. This administration has an unparalleled record at the Supreme Court because we are following the laws. We don't defy court orders. We do things by the books. And to suggest and encourage that active duty service members defy the chain of command is a very dangerous thing for sitting members of Congress to do. And they should be held accountable. And that's what the president wants to see.
Well said, Caroline Leavitt. Well said indeed. Beautiful, beautiful response from her. Okay, so Heavy D says Democrats need to start a YouTube channel. They probably will, actually. Operation says, sorry, I didn't realize that was a joke. Either way, you're still invited. If you ever change your mind, well, I appreciate it, man. Zinni Biscuit says, Trump's reaction, not being invited to Cheney's funeral. Oh, no, anyways. I mean, they didn't, to my knowledge, unless there's some correction out there that I'm not aware of, I don't think the Trump White House ever acknowledged the passing of Dick Cheney. And as I said, I am not one to celebrate death, but I also have the approach of if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all in that situation. So I just haven't said anything at all about Dick Cheney because I have nothing nice to say. And I feel like that's what the Trump White House has practiced as well. So there you have it. TVZTQ says, I call on all members of Unit 199 to disobey the orders of the Mage IDOT Prime Fig. That makes you a normal human, says Yellow Flash. Pete Fleming says, are members of Congress subject to the Uniform Code of Military Justice? That's when sedition is subject to the death penalty. Well, that's what Mike Johnson was saying that they're going to have to figure out. So we shall see. Let's see here. Man, they are melting down right now. They are just screeching. It's just constant crying and whining from these losers. My entire timeline is full of that right now. It's so funny, man. These idiots. Every day, man. And do you know why they're doing this? Because they don't want people talking about the Epstein situation right now, because that's really backfiring on them. It's backfiring big time. Try to find it. Oh, here's their, I guess this is their new exposing themselves. Democrats announced their 2026 midterm campaign platform is impeaching and removing from office President Trump. Wow. I'm glad they've got a new plan. They haven't tried that one before.
I think that the Texas court
made a proper decision. I believe that the Supreme Court should follow the rules, the ruling of the Texas court. But I also know this, the Supreme Court may not. And if it does not, we still have to proceed. We cannot allow anything to get in the way of impeachment, conviction, and removal. That's what this is about. Impeachment, conviction, and removal.
That's it, man. That's their plan. Their plan is always, we got to get Trump. Not to improve the country, not to, do anything for Americans. Their entire platform is, we got to get Trump. That's it. Trump dominates these people's existence. It's what he does. It's incredible. It really is. And again, I think a lot of this has to do with what we're seeing with the Epstein files. You've got Hakeem Jeffries way caught up in all this. Hakeem Jeffries denies having ties to Jeffrey Epstein, claiming he never met him. So right now, Hakeem Jeffries is really caught up in this Epstein situation. And he's claiming he never met him and never, I guess, communicated with him. I guess time will tell if that turns out to be accurate or not. But that's what they are wanting everyone to move away from. And I don't think that that's going to actually happen. Also, we got this story last night from Jesse Waters. And again, this is something else that the Democrats don't want people talking about. Congressional sources say Biden's FBI stonewalled the Butler investigation.
Fox News alert. We have more new images of the Trump shooter. The New York Post just released photos that Thomas Crooks posted online showing the wannabe assassin brandishing a handgun and a bolt-action rifle. He posted these back in 2019 and 2020. The New York Post told us about his violent threats, TDS, they-them pronouns, and muscle mommy fetish. None of this was in the congressional report. Now, 2 congressmen are saying Biden's FBI stonewalled him. Quote, "We were stymied so much by what the feds look at, we couldn't look at anything." And then they said in the final report, they didn't tell the full story. We all know it wasn't done, it wasn't complete, and the reason for that is they can't handle the truth. They don't want people to handle the truth. Details on Crooks are dripping out. We want the full story, and we look forward to hearing more from Trump's FBI.
Very, very interesting. I mean, so right now with all of this, I don't think that they really thought, I think that the Democrats anticipated that the Epstein files would just not be released. I think that they felt like this was just going to be something they could continue to throw at Trump, and it was going to gain traction and be a distraction. I think that somebody commented this the other day. Somebody commented this the other day on my post, but they said they called Trump gay, and he decided to drop the Epstein files. Absolute Chad move. That's all it took. Trump's like, oh, you're going to call me gay? Fine. I'm signing over the Epstein files. Trump says, you can call me racist. You can call me sexist. You can call me Hitler. You can call me evil, demonic. Call me a murderer. You can call me whatever you want. Call me gay. I'm dropping the Epstein files. So that's what happened. And just yesterday, Trump posted this on True Social. So you have 45, then you have 46, then you have 47. This is a real picture, by the way. Like, this is in the White House. Trump literally has a picture of an auto pen for Joe Biden's presidency. Are you kidding me? Like, yes, he absolutely does. Trump has a fucking auto pen picture. And this has a lot to do with it right here. So newly released campaign finance records show that from 1990 to 2018, Jeffrey Epstein directed about 89% of his political donations to Democratic and progressive causes with notable and individual recipients, including Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and Chucky Schumer. This is going to backfire on them. Big time. And I am loving every single second of it. Every single second. Now, I saw this the other day. Jeffrey Epstein's brother claims Trump called Epstein after the 2016 election, says he doesn't believe his brother killed himself. And then CNN Epstein said, I haven't spoken to him in probably 15 years or more. That was 2019. But you said your brother talked to him in 2016. Yeah, after the election. I haven't heard this audio yet. Let's hear this. Here we go.
So he said, I haven't spoken to him in many, many years, Mark. And then he said in the same year, I haven't spoken to him in probably 15 years or more. That was in 2019. But you say your brother talked to you about a conversation he had very close to this time in 2016 with Trump?
Yeah, after the election, I used to speak to Jeffrey regularly, and one of the calls he spoke, Jeffrey told me that Trump, it was after the election that Trump called him, and it was sort of like, can you believe this? Because nobody believed Trump was going to win. Trump was sort of surprised himself that he won. So Jeffrey said he called him like, could you believe?
Oh, when is the last, recorded interaction of Trump and Epstein? I think it was obviously long before the 2016 election. I think it was 2000, what was it, before even 2008, maybe 2006? Is that the last recorded interaction with them? And now they're just making shit up?
This type of a phone call,
So Trump called your brother?
Yes, that's what Jeffrey told me. Yes.
You and I have spoken before, and at the time, you were telling me why you don't accept the DOJ memo that came out.
2005 is when he banned him from everywhere, right? I don't remember when he. I think it was mid-2000s when he banned him, but I'm not sure.
Earlier this year that said, and I quote their conclusion, after a thorough investigation, FBI investigators concluded that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in his cell. And you have made it very clear in detail that you do not accept that finding. I want to know, Mark, is there anything that the DOJ can put out that this DOJ, the Trump DOJ, could do to convince you that suicide is indeed what happened?
Well, the thing is, they didn't do an investigation into the cause of death of Jeffrey. Bill Barr admitted that in his congressional testimony. What they investigated, the whole DOJ report is about the screw-ups in the prison. How the guard.
I do not believe Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. I do not. But I also believe that we're never going to find out what actually happened. So I think it's kind of irrelevant because there's never going to be a way to find out the truth about what happened to him. There's just not. And I feel like that should have been the answer from Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, is to say, whatever evidence could have existed no longer exists. We have no way to actually prove what is widely believed. And that's the reality of what we have found since we've been in this position. That would have gone over so much better. But no, they're like, yeah, he killed himself. Motherfucker, you have been online with the biggest podcast in the world saying that he didn't kill himself as part of your shtick and gimmick. And then for them to sit there and just be neutered and say, yeah, he killed himself. It's so bad.
Odds didn't do their jobs, and the cameras weren't working, and that kind of thing. They did not discuss the manner of death. What actually happened was after Jeffrey died, an autopsy was done by the city pathologist, and Dr. Michael Biden was there. And they came out of the autopsy saying that they couldn't call it a suicide because it looked too much like a homicide. So also, there was no reason Jeffrey would commit suicide then. Because I wasn't following it on a day-to-day basis. Because when I first heard he was dead from an apparent suicide, I didn't doubt it. Just because he was in a jail cell, I figured, okay, he decided to take himself out. And I respected that decision. He didn't have any children. He didn't have our parents were gone. There was no reason in that respect him not to. But then when they did the autopsy the next day, and they said it looks more like a homicide than a suicide, that's when, whoa, what's going on here? And then we start looking into it, and then we see all the anomalies in the prison. And also, Jeffrey had a hearing coming up to appeal his bail decision. And he was going to be putting up what would have been the highest bail in United States history. And so there's a chance he could have gotten bail, in which case he'd be living in his house with an ankle monitor on, with armed guards and cameras to make sure he didn't go anywhere. And, so why would he kill himself? Or why would anybody kill himself before that hearing? I could see if they had the bail hearing and bail was denied again, and he didn't want to spend another year waiting trial, to take himself out.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So this is Jeffrey Epstein's brother, who's just been twisting himself up in a pretzel the more that he talks. Whatever. Point being is that the Democrats now don't want to talk about Epstein suddenly. The Democrats have not shut the fuck up about Epstein, and now that Trump has signed to release the Epstein files, now the Democrats don't want to talk about Epstein suddenly. Isn't that amazing how that works? It's absolutely incredible. Okay, so Caroline Leavitt was asked about Trump's comments the other day, where he reportedly said, "Quiet piggy." I've heard reports say that he actually was saying Peggy to the reporter because her name is Peggy. I don't know if that's been confirmed. Caroline Leavitt was just asked about this live. I don't know what her answer is going to be.
What did the president mean when he called a reporter Piggy?
Look, the president is very frank and honest with everyone in this room. You've all seen it yourself. You've all experienced it yourselves. And I think it's one of the many reasons that the American people reelected this president, because of his frankness. And he calls out fake news when he sees it. He gets frustrated with reporters when you lie about him, when you spread fake news about him and his administration. But he also is the most transparent president in history. And he gives all of you in this room, as you all know.
She's not denying it, bro. She's not denying it. She could have easily cleared this up, but she's not denying it. And she's got a smirk.
No, unprecedented access. You are in the Oval Office almost every day asking the president questions. And so I think the president being frank and open and honest to your faces rather than hiding behind your backs is frankly a lot more respectful than what you saw in the last administration, where you had a president who lied to your face and then didn't speak to you for weeks and hid upstairs and didn't take your questions. So I think everyone in this room should appreciate the frankness and the openness that you get from President Trump on a near daily basis.
I can't believe it. I figured she would just say, hey, president was actually speaking with Peggy. He's very blunt and direct, but she didn't say that. She did. Oh my God. I got to find the clip. So, let me see if I can find it. Oh man, oh man, oh man. This is amazing. It's hard to hear. I'm trying to find one that's got like the audio to it so we could that was AI. Quiet, Biggie. Okay, let's see if I can find it so you guys can see it. This thing has gone mega viral, by the way. Everybody, like... Oh my goodness, dude. One of one. There will never be another like Donald John Trump. Just won't happen. Oh man. I have it actually on my account. Jay Hailstorm did a short. Where's my shorts at? Here we go, right here.
Yeah,
Jennifer, go ahead. Go ahead. In the file,
Venezuelan,
why
sir.
not? Why
Quiet,
not take us
quiet.
Oh man, he just does not give a damn. It's glorious. Love it, love it, love it. Look where we at. That one. Killer Clown says, here's more because you've been my best fig for 2 years. 2 years you've been watching? Hell yeah, man. Valkyrie says, hail the biggest IDOT fig around, Jeremy. Beardo fat. Thank you. Emo Taco says, do you like Jump by Criss Cross? I love that song. I loved that song back in the day. Now Count 75 or ACC 75 says, do you like Jump Around by House of Pain? I like Jump Around by House of Pain. Old Fart Gaming says, these Democrats are going to stage something that video is them getting in front of it and showing their hand as they've done before. That's not a bad theory. That's not a bad theory at all. Because that's right within their playbook. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Good call on that one. Good call. Vlad the Man for 10 says, first time joining this stream and super chatting. I don't understand why this host is always serious and never sarcastic. Instead of stating your opinion, I would try grifting a little bit more. Listen, I'm a little nervous to grift because I'm not comfortable taking people's super chat money. It's just never been something I'm comfortable with. I'm appreciative of every time I get a super chat, but at no point in time have I ever tried to get super chats. It's just, I feel very uncomfortable. People like somebody sends me $100 for me to just say something stupid. It's just like, that's very uncomfortable. I think that's really weird. And, so I just try to be above that because I think that that's not the way you should stream. And, but I do appreciate you noticing how serious I take my job because this is an important job. We're saving lives. We're changing the world. And, I do appreciate that. Still able to just shut up and take our money before I throw my leg. Oh, guys, I said something wrong. Message was removed by Mossad. So if you guys could be a little more respectful in the chat. I did not realize that was happening. So now we gotta be better. We gotta be better. Because this is not okay. As a matter of fact, let's get some. I want to get the full clip so people can see Herb Street crying. Because listen, racism needs to end. Okay? Racism has to end. Kirk Herbstreit says it best right here. We have to end racism. All racism has to end.
And I think it's great. I also think that if you're a white player in these locker rooms, I think it's incumbent upon you to really help with the change. I saw Dylan Bowles there from Stanford involved.
Yeah, white people.
I think, Trevor Lawrence at Clemson has been involved. Mm-hmm. I think it's one thing to have rallies. It's one thing to skip a practice because of social injustice. Yeah. It's one thing for the NBA and the NFL to miss games, to make a statement. Those things are great.
We should we should stop doing everything until racism ends. We should stop doing everything. I'm going to stop streaming. I'm not going to make videos. We're going to shut down the website. We need to turn off Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We need to go back in government shutdown mode. We need to stop all professional sports, shut down all restaurants, stop all distribution. Literally everything needs to stop until racism ends.
But my question is, what's next? What does that lead to? You go back to practice the next day. What will lead to change? And I really think
you know what? And I don't want to virtue signal too much, okay? But we have a pretty awesome chat here. And this chat believes in ending racism. And I have it on, I have this almost confirmed 100%. But everybody in my chat They have all said to all of these attractive women that are all over them, they're like, I am not going to sleep with you until racism ends. That's what the chat's saying, that all these women are after them. And they're like, I cannot have sex with you until racism ends. Ladies, sorry, but we got more important issues going on than you thinking that we are a piece of meat.
I was talking to David Shaw, the head coach at Stanford, who really, he and I had a great talk. I love listening to his wisdom and his thoughts. And he shared a quote to me and reminded me from Benjamin Franklin.
No nut racism.
He said, justice will be served. Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. And I think that's what I mean when I think the black community is hurting. If you've listened and the word empathy and compassion over these last 4 months, how do you listen to these stories and not feel pain?
How?
And not
want to
help. You know what I mean? It's like wearing a hoodie and
I'm wearing a hoodie.
Putting your hands at 10 and 2. Oh God, I better look out because I'm wearing Nike gear. Like what?
I know.
What are we talking about? And so you can't relate to that if you're white, but you can listen and you can try to help because this is not okay. It's just not.
It's not.
And we got to do better, man. We got to like lock arm in arm and be together in a football locker room. That stuff is gone. Those barriers are gone. And we got to do better.
It's one of the things and why sports can be.
Fuck. No matter how many times I watch that clip, it physically hurts. It physically hurts. Even when I'm on like a sarcastic run and I'm just leaning into bullshit, I see that and I can't. I have to break my sarcastic nature to go like, damn, that's tough. You're Barmy for 20 says, why does Jay Hellstorm, wait, what? Like meme? What? I don't even know what is this typing, your Barmy? What the hell is going on here? Unlike Beardo, I don't make fun of your spelling. I don't even point it out. Thank you, your Barmy. I have no idea what you're trying to say there. Let's see. ACC75 says, I identify as Mexican, but they can still call me gringo. Okay. Little Jim Salo says, so the Dems thought the idea of treason talk was better than Epstein debacle. Like playing Russian roulette was better than roulette. Fuck around, find out. Bubba Doom says, quiet, piggy. Mwahaha, I love our president. Q Balls Reef says, 1.5 watching Grace right now. Double that in the pit. Hail. Almost double. Almost double. We got about 1,000 more watching. So thank you. Solitario says, Obama had reporters censored, yet Trump said piggy. Gen Xer says, MTG, Vance, Tucker, and Fuentes are campaigning 2028. If Trump stalls the files with an investigation, it will push people to MTG. No. You live in a very, very narrow world. Let me explain what happens. In this scenario, Democrats win. Nobody's going to support Marjorie Taylor Greene. No. Like, that's not even remotely, like, possible. No disrespect, but you have a very narrow view of the world. There's no fucking planet where Marjorie Taylor Greene even remotely comes close to even getting anywhere in the primaries. Like, it's not even close. Listen, All that people on the right that are causing disruption are doing are helping Democrats. That's it. You can think whatever you want. If Trump does this, if Trump does that, anyone working against Trump is working to help Democrats. Simple as that. I mean, I know everybody thinks because Fuentes gets like a bunch of people watching him on Rumble and suddenly you think he's the future. Okay, fine. Big fish, small pond. It's the same thing as DeSantis. I love Ron DeSantis as the governor of Florida. The moment that Ron DeSantis stepped out of being the big fish in a small pond, he got absolutely crushed. You've got to understand when you have a narrow view of the world, you only see things in your tunnel vision. So it's just not going to happen. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene has absolutely, like, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the equivalent of Kamala Harris running on a national platform. So she is going to get incredibly embarrassed. But yeah, so ultimately anybody that's not directly in the Democratic Party, but they're working as this idea of, oh, I'm here to help America. I'm here to help Trump. I'm here to help the conservatives by calling this out and creating disruption. You're helping the Democrats. And they're not stupid. They know that's what they're doing. They're helping two people. They're helping themselves and they're helping Democrats by actively working against America. But they don't want to call themselves Democrats, so they'll call themselves libertarians, or they'll call themselves America First, or they'll call themselves all this shit. They're actively working to help themselves and help the Democrats. They just don't want to call themselves a Democrat. That's it. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. I'm just calling balls and strikes. Thomas Massie is out to help Thomas Massie. And in return, he's helping the Democrats. But he cares about one person and one person only, and that's Thomas Massie. That's it. SBZ says, I'm pretty sure the sudden meeting between Trump and the Prince Saudi had nothing to do with Mr. E-List. Wink. The Pandora box is bigger than we thought. ACC75 says, do you like Hip Hop Hooray by Naughty Nature? And then he does, of course I do. Why are you asking me about these songs? Is there something to that? But I do like Hip Hop Hooray. Daniel Whitley says, Quiet Figgy. Ort for $1. ACC says, do you like Insane in the Membrane by Cypress Hill? I like that song. I wasn't huge on that song, but yeah, it was good. Killer Clown says, yep, 2 years. I've been lurking in the pit. Can't super chat often, but I want you to know that I've been riding the roller coaster with you. Hail. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's amazing how much support we've had over the years. You guys are the best. Steel Leg says protection from fake leg being thrown at you tax. ACC says insane in the membrane, insane in the brain. Philip Butler says, what the F was all that he was crying? It was over, it wasn't George Floyd, but it was the other, again, I know this, I know this is not going to narrow it down too much, but it was the other black criminal that was resisting arrest and got killed by police. I know that still leaves it to be, you know, that doesn't really shrink down the amount of guesses, but is it Jacob something? Was there one named Jacob? Jacob something? No, Jacob something. Jacob Blake, is that it? Jacob Blake. I think that was the name of the one that we're talking about. Jacob Blake. When Kirk Herbstreit was saying that. Nandy says racist tax. That's good timing on that one. SBZ says this is not okay tax. D What says 2 years of watching you, Jeremy. I think I'm gonna do chargebacks because of this bigotry. ACC says who you trying to get crazy with? SA. Don't you know I'm loco? Insane in the membrane, insane in the brain, insane in the membrane, insane in the brain. Getting some Cypress Hill lyrics up in here. Darth Gavel says, we must stop everything until what wins? Racism ends. Yeah, that. Nandy with 5, get the memberships. Thank you. Southeastern Kaiju says, MTG is Timu Sarah Palin. I don't think she's even worthy of that. And I'm not a Sarah Palin fan, but I don't even think she's qualifies as Timu Sarah Palin. I think she's Timu Liz Cheney. That's what I think. American Patriot says Massey, Rand Paul, and MTG are grandstanding rhinos. Agreed. Lord Botha says, Jeremy, do you like Beethoven's Ninth Symphony? I hear it was featured in a famous Christmas movie as well. Is the funny when X-Wing brought up the Santa Claus last night, we've got to meme the hell on that one. That reminds me. We've got to. When X-Wing brought that up, X-Wing last night was like, do you guys remember this movie from the 90s? It was about a dad that wasn't doing too well, and he took his kid to Denny's on Christmas, and we're like, the Santa Claus? Like, yeah, we all know that fucking movie. It was so weird, dude. Penelope says, cutie pie tax. He really did, though. He was like, you guys remember his movie from the 90s? It was about a dad. He wasn't doing too well. He burnt the Christmas dinner, took his son to Denny's, and we're like, I thought it was going to be some obscure movie. And I'm like, yeah, the Santa Claus. Literally, the Santa Claus. Like, is that the movie where he also became Santa Claus? Yeah, that one. Oh, yeah. You remember this movie where a guy fell off a roof looking for Santa and it put on the Santa costume and became Santa? What was that movie called? It's called The Santa Claus, bro. TVC. Next Tuesday night's main event, we are going to meme the hell out of him for that one. Oh, we're going to meme him for that one. TVZTQ says, Ryan and Jay are basically Pinky in the Brain. JJ says, I'm a bit behind the stream, so forgive the probably off-topic comment, but Democrats can't be charged for what I see as treason, defying law orders. That's what Mike Johnson brought up. They asked Johnson about it, so he was looking at the legalities into it. So, D-Day Cobra, remember that movie when the kid was left home alone? Yeah, there was this movie from the 90s where this kid, he was left home alone during Christmas. And they had the burglars trying to get in his house, and he set all these booby traps. You guys remember that movie? What was that movie called? Shout out to X-Wing. It looks like me, him, and Beardo might be playing Arc Raiders tonight. I've been playing Arc Raiders. I love Arc Raiders, dude. Arc Raiders is fantastic. So I'm looking forward to playing Arc Raiders with them tonight. I'll probably just do it on D-Day Cobra Gaming. I was thinking about doing it on members only, but we'll do a public stream. So, dude, no way. Ariana Grande says she tested positive for COVID. What year is it? What year is it? What is happening? Is this like a publicity stunt so she can get people to go watch Wicked? This is crazy. Here it goes. Ariana Grande announces she caught COVID-19 while doing press for her new Wicked movie just one day before it hits theaters. I'm gonna have to call BS on that one. I don't know, man. COVID? Is COVID still a thing? So are we still calling the flu COVID? Is that what we're doing? Not a doctor, by the way. Not a doctor. Just someone who has common sense. So are we still calling the flu COVID? Is that what we're doing now? Are we still doing that? I didn't know that we were still doing that. Okay. Whatever works, I guess. Whatever works. Okay, we've got another clip from a Democrat crying about President Trump's comments. We got another clip. Who is this? All right, here we go. Hang on.
This morning, President Donald Trump threatened to have me arrested and executed simply for reminding our service members of their oaths to follow the Constitution.
That is not what you guys did. Get the fuck out of here, dude. That is not what happened at all.
And to defend the rule of law. I've taken many oaths throughout my life as a combat veteran, a paratrooper, an Army Ranger, and now as a member of Congress. That is a lifetime oath for me. I will never stop defending it and upholding that sacred obligation. It's very telling that President Trump and those around him think it's criminal simply for asking people to follow the law. This moment requires moral clarity. Every American, regardless of your background, should unite and reject his calls for political violence. This is a moment that requires leadership. I intend to uphold my obligation, my oath, and to lead. Don't give up the ship. This morning.
Oh my God, these people are insufferable. These Democrats are insufferable. It's just constant virtue signaling. Right here. Ironically, Trump didn't name anyone, but if the shoe fits, feel free to wear it. So the Democrats are always the victim. Always the victim. Every single time. That's how it works. What the hell is this? Oh, that was weird. Okay. What is this? What is this? 2025 political headlines. Trump does not want to execute members of Congress. White House says, dude, what in the what in the hell timeline are we living in right now, man? This is absolutely fantastic. I freaking love it. I love everything about this shit. By the way, an interesting clip happened. And again, I haven't been following this situation too closely. But so we have this guy named, he's a content creator, Elijah Schaefer. And he is apparently being sued by Kash Patel's girlfriend for $5 million because he implied that she was a Mossad agent or something like that. Now, I've said before, I personally I'm just not a fan of Elijah. I've met him one time. So me and Ryan had to go to Blaze in Texas. This was back when they had the You Are Here show. If you remember that show, You Are Here. And we got invited on that show. And I met Elijah. And he walks to me and goes, "Hey, man, we've met before, haven't we?" And I'm like, no. Literally, no. He had no idea who I was. He had no idea who Ryan was. But we got scheduled to be on their show. And I hate doing shows like that where you're scheduled to be on somebody's show, but they have no idea who you are. So you're essentially being booked by other people because they need people to be on the show, but the host have no idea who the people are. So then it's just a bullshit kind of like fake, kind of moment on the show where you're pretending to have I hate that shit. I fucking hate that. It feels too mainstream for me. So I'm like, no, we've never met. And it just felt disingenuous. It felt like greasing somebody like, "Oh yeah, hey man, how we doing?" Met? No, motherfucker, we've never met. So anyway, with that said, whatever. What is going on with him on the surface? I think it's insane that he's being sued for $5 million for Kash Patel's girlfriend. I think that's insane. With that said, this clip right here is making the rounds, and he's doing a video. Let me move the comments here for a minute. He's doing a video with Gavin McInnes. And something interesting happens in this right here. It's just a little clip, though, but watch.
His bag showed up. Mine didn't. I called American Airlines, like, I don't know where your bags are.
Why are you going to El Salvador?
Because I worked. I'm friendly with the government down there. I work in. Let's just say I liaison from the interests of America are in El Salvador, and I help represent some of those interests. And so, basically,
that sounds a lot like when your old lady's like, "Who you talking to on the phone?" She's just a coworker. She's a coworker.
His bag showed up. Mine didn't. I called American Airlines, like, I don't know where your bags are.
Why are you going to El Salvador?
Because I worked. I'm friendly with the government down there. I work in. Let's just say I liaison from the interests of America are in El Salvador, and I help represent some of those interests. And so, basically.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. I haven't been following it too closely. But I guess we'll see what happens with that story. I imagine the case will get dropped. I absolutely do. So, but that was very strange. That was very strange indeed. I'm going to start answering. Like, if you guys ask me questions that I can't remember what I'm uncomfortable asking, find something, and then I'm going to be like, okay. And then I'll be like, well, I explained myself perfectly. I'm not sure what the confusion is here. I explained myself perfectly. I'm not sure. So, JJ says, all the while they try to put Trump in jail for nonsense and giving him a mugshot. Sorry for the two-parter. I felt the need to rant. I'm angry. No problem. No problem at all, man. I totally understand. Heavy D says, Ariana got COVID from scissoring Black Smeagol. Didn't need that thought. Brandon says, Dems just voted in a guy straight up for calling for violence against a political or a politician and his family. What the F? That's Democrats for you. Gen Xer says, military does not have to follow illegal orders. Trump giving legal orders, right? Rand pointed out due process in the Constitution is violated. Yeah, I mean, Trump is giving, again, everything that Donald Trump does in the eyes of Democrats is illegal because they think that Donald Trump, everything, they think that he is an illegitimate president. They think he's a criminal. They think he's Hitler. They think he's a rapist. They think he's incited an insurrection. Everything that Donald Trump does in their eyes is illegal by default. But what Trump is doing is not illegal by the letter of the law, only by the letter of TDS. That's it. These people are broken. They're insane. They're stupid. Trump knows that. So, Samsung for 50 says, Jeremy, why haven't you shown Sydney Sweeney in the past 5 minutes? Explain yourself. Yeah, well, you know, I had and I was over there and then I clipped and then it didn't work. Yeah, okay. There we have it. Okay. The bottom line is we haven't gotten a proper 199. Look, it's Christmas time, okay? People don't have proper 199s to throw around, okay? It's going to be a rough couple of months. We understand that. Maybe I have to drop the price. You know what? I'm doing it. We're going to do holiday special. I'm dropping the Sydney Sweeney price, $100 for the holidays. $99.99 or $100. Get Sydney, not a proper 199 holiday special. People are buying Christmas presents. Sydney Sweeney for $100, not a proper 199. All the way through December 31st. Okay? There. How nice am I? How good of a guy am I? Seriously. I mean, I am a great person and I deserve respect. Garbear 199 says, Jay, can you explain why you showed the black hole? No, I got nothing.
Never apologize for standing up for an LGBTQ2 plus kids' rights.
Samsung says, Jeremy, you explain yourself very well. I appreciate that. Andrew Sierra says, since it's Christmas, I'm going to watch Die Hard instead of sending you money. Well, on that note, I personally do not believe that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, but if you want to prove me wrong, you got until November 25th to go buy your Unit 199 Cultural Task Force t-shirt. And if we sell 400 of that shirt, which we will not, I will have to anoint forever Die Hard a Christmas movie. Forever. So that's the deal. If we sell 400 of that shirt, including the bundle, so the bundle sales are included in that, I have to anoint Die Hard a Christmas movie, which it is not. So there you have it. How many have we sold so far? Maybe 100 or maybe 150. I haven't got an update. I would assume probably like 150, maybe. I would assume. I don't know. I'll get numbers from Ripa for the next stream I do. Today I will be on Open Bar with Critical Drinker. So that stream is, I hope I'm not behind. Hang on. When does Open Bar start? Twitter DMs are just fucked. Okay, let's see. Open Bar's at 4 EST. Okay, so we got about 45 minutes. Okay, cool. So yeah, so I'll be on Open Bar today with Drinker and the crew. So that'll be fun. And then tonight, I might do another CobraCast, but tonight I am playing Arc Raiders with Beardo and X-Wing. So I've been playing it just a little bit, just try to get the understanding of it. I don't know how long I'm going to play this game, but I'm pretty hooked on it right now. Arc Raiders is great. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So, and I haven't played, I've only played it solo. So tonight will be the first time I've played it with my friends. So, that's going to change the whole dynamic of the game, and they can show me the ropes. So, but I'm loving the game. It's absolutely awesome. Blinded by a black hole for $1. Thank you. Raven Black Sparrow says mission or milestone accomplished. Let's go for another 12. Hell yeah, let's freaking go. TVZTQ says, I, Jeremy, declare Die Hard a Christmas movie. Not yet. We will see, though. We will see. Glenn Jones says, sorry, I cannot buy the t-shirt because it implies or shows Die Hard as a Christmas movie. It is not, but that these 5 British pounds instead. Hey, I respect that. So when my team brought this to me, I was like, well, but Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. And they're like, well, yeah, it is, Jeremy. I'm like, no, it's not. And I was like, and they're like, yeah, it is. And I was like, well, it doesn't really matter what I think. It only matters what the people think. And if the people think that's a cool shirt with IDOT on it, then I am completely okay with that. So, let's see here. Okay, next thing is, before we wrap this up, what is this right here? Okay, we got that one. There's one other thing I wanted to show you guys. Ariana Grande having COVID is wild. I don't think that she knows that COVID's not a thing anymore. I don't. Marlon Sebo, what's up, Marlon? Any chance you will play Arc Raiders with fans, Jeremy? So I mean, I guess that's a possibility. Let me learn more about the game from a multiplayer standpoint, because like I said, I've only been doing solo loot runs at this point, so I'm still learning the game. So I know Beardo's going to show me some stuff that he's learned with it. I haven't played it multiplayer yet with other people, so I'm open to that. I just don't understand how it works. Yeah, so like Andrew CR just said, you can't do that. Party is only 4 people. I thought it was only 3 people. Thought it was only 3. Now I don't know if you can, I don't know if there's private lobbies. I have no idea how that works. I would imagine that there's not. I would imagine that it is not like that. Daniel Moore says, I'm back, Fig. Kill a Clown says, one more for the road. This stream got me through work. I'm happy to hear it. Swig of water for the working man. ACC75 says, if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, so is Terminator 2. I mean, personally, and again, it's all a big meme. Like, if you think Die Hard's a Christmas movie, God bless you. That's fine. It's whatever you consider. I consider The Lord of the Rings more of a Christmas movie because it came out in December, and I just remember going to see it during Christmas time. It's not that Lord of the Rings itself is a Christmas movie. It's not. But I connect Christmas to Lord of the Rings because of when they released. Does that make sense? So when I remember going to see those, and it was Christmas time, so I just have a Christmas connection for me. But I don't consider the movie itself a Christmas movie per se. Daniel Moore says, Daniel Moore. And Avatar, I'm going to be honest. I don't remember. Like, I know I went to see Avatar when it came out, the first one. I don't really remember seeing it because I didn't really care for the first Avatar. So, 8 o'clock says, sorry if this resurfaces drama, Jeremy, but is a Weebs and Waifu still a channel connected to Geeks Gamers? No, it's no drama. No, they're doing their own thing. But it's no, like, there was no issue there. Just, it just didn't work for the vision we had with what we were doing. So, they took that channel and are doing their own thing with my blessing, 100%, but it's not directly connected to Geeks and Gamers. And that happens sometimes. I mean, I have, in a lot of ways, I have spread my entire network too thin, and there's almost too many channels for me to keep up with. And that's a fault of me as the leader. And so sometimes you just have to cut things back. You have to take a step back in order to take a step forward. So, it is what it is. How does not covering what is the biggest medium right now somehow not connected with Geeks and Gamers? It's not that medium is not connected. It's that I don't have the knowledge or the understanding of it, and the things that they had expertise in just wasn't lining up with what our vision was. It's really all it comes down to. It's just, what can I maximize? What can I maximize with the resources we have, with the knowledge that I have, with the knowledge that people on the team have, and the knowledge that the people are running the channel has. And just because it's not lining up doesn't mean that either one is a bad thing. Just sometimes, square peg, round hole. That's really it. Let's see. Soundwave Superior says, you're learning things from Beardo. Bold move there, Cotton. Let's see how it turns out. Yeah. That's a scary one. That's going to be scary. You can't cover everything. No. And what I've learned is that trying to cover everything has actually hurt us covering the things that we need to focus in on. You know what I mean? So, yeah, where's the wrestling channel? Yeah, I know. One day, maybe. Okay. Well, I'm going to call it here because I want to get ready for open bar. And hopefully you guys will hang out with us over there. You see, it's there. I don't see if I can send you guys just mods. If you can drop a link to open bar, and you guys can go over there and wait for us. We go live in about 35 minutes. So Godzilla's Greaser says, you missed my super. Did I? ACC says, I want to see the T-800 headshot Santa. Godzilla's Greaser. Did I miss yours? I'm looking for it. I don't see one from you. I'm going back though. I'm checking. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I never thought the Miss Piggy comparisons are funny. Poor Miss Piggy doesn't deserve to be compared to these people for $5. Okay, I got you. My bad. I don't know how I missed that one. Sometimes there's like an occasional glitch. So Johnny says, don't forget to ask for $500 from the drink. Oh, man. Good stuff. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you hanging out with me. And so I got open bar. I might do another CobraCast after open bar. And then we have Arc Raiders tonight. The reason I'm doing so many streams is because so I had a minor surgery yesterday on my back for potential melanoma. And I have about 5 or 6 staples in my back and about 10 stitches. And the more that I focus on streaming, the less I have to worry about the pain that I am probably in when I think about it. So, but it was just to be clear, I've had melanoma before a long time ago. So if you've been diagnosed with melanoma, you definitely need to be going to the dermatologist to be checked out. I have failed to do that over the years because I don't like going to the doctor. So this is a situation because I didn't do something in advance. They had to cut a lot of the cells out because they wanted to, get as much out as they could. So I have to start going to the doctor regularly every 6 months just to get checkups because I am a stubborn bastard. But with that said, before we go, because anytime I bring that up, yesterday when I was under the knife, which was not fun, all I could think about was our good buddy Nate the lawyer. And Nate posted after 12-hour surgery, he is out. And that is far more incredible than anything that I dealt with. Nate the lawyer out of surgery, 12 hours. Are you kidding me? 12 hours, man. Oh my goodness. So, unbelievable. No matter what, man, like this stuff affects a lot of people. It's a terrible thing. I hate it. I don't like talking about it personally with me. That's why you have never heard me bring up my issues with it in the past, because I don't think that what I've had to deal with is anything remotely close to what somebody like Nate has had to deal with. But it affects so many people, you have no idea. So I would urge everybody, if me going through what I'm going through right now, if there's anybody that I can encourage just to go get checked out, it fucking matters, dude. It really does. It could literally save your life. It could change everything. You never know what's going on inside your body, so you need to find out. Daniel Moore says, get well soon. Thankfully, it's not melanin or shit. All right, guys. Thank you so much for all of the support. I'll see you on Open Bar. Have a great day, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.